All right. Testing, testing. Can you hear me? All right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So, obviously, some technical difficulties. I'm not sure what happened earlier, but when I come back to my computer this evening after work, when I booted everything up, things were kind of weird, and I didn't have any sound coming through my interface for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, and it's on me. I should have actually checked here before I started streaming. But anyway, we're back. You can hear me. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear the video once we switch over to the video. But as I was saying, today was a good day. Had a good chest and tricep workout this morning. Uh, Pretty intense. Got some work done. You know, I'm a little disheartened just thinking about how much power I've lost all of these years being off. But it's okay. We're going to get it back. We're going to get back to where we need to be. Other than that, I'm this week has really the past 2 weeks has really been just priming for what starts this weekend, which is the real training. So I wanted to get my body conditioned to working again, and get my tendons ready for putting in the hard work. Been doing a good bit of walking, um, 10, 15,000 steps per day to get the ankles right, and doing a lot of stretching and work on my hips and all because of the injury that I had from the accident a few years back. So that once I really start this training Saturday, you know, I'll be up to it, not just mentally, but my body will physically be up to it. So it's I'm looking forward to it. I'm terrified and I'm looking forward to it at the same time, and outside of that, let's see, yesterday I was 366.6 pounds. Today, when I woke up, I was 365.8 pounds. So hey, that's something right there. We're steady. We're steady on the trend down. Which is good. Now, another thing I want to bring across is this is not really typical. Um, I My calories have been intentionally lower than they should be, just so I can mentally get used to not having the food. So once the training really kicks up, I won't be fighting the temptation and the cravings as much. And I think I'm on a good track for that to be the case. But outside of that, today is Weight Loss Wednesday. We're talking about losing fat today and talking about dieting and everything that we need to do to actually lose the body fat. So number one, of course, you definitely want to be in a calorie deficit. How big that calorie deficit depends on a lot of factors. For me, my calorie deficit right now is right at about 1,000 calories, which is a lot. Generally, you want to stick around 500 calories or so, and a 500 calorie deficit. But me, I know my body. I know how my body operates. I know I can handle 1,000 calorie deficit, and it's actually been hard for me to even get that with the with the food that I've been eating. But anyway, to lose the body fat, number one, the most important thing is you have to be in a calorie deficit. To be 100% honest with you, if you're in a decent calorie deficit and your diet is Twinkies, you'll lose weight. That's just how the body works. It'll convert whatever calories it gets from the Twinkie and if it's not more than you burn, than you need, then you'll lose weight. Now, of course, one Twinkie is probably equivalent to a turkey breast and a cup of broccoli, but it's generally how that works. So, number one, you have to be in a calorie deficit. Number two, you have to, for ideally, you would be eating whole foods, chicken, fish, broccoli, all your vegetables. Green vegetables are really good for you. You would be taking in your rice, potatoes, or whatever, as long as you have that calorie deficit you need to lose the body fat. Number three would be, of course, your exercise regimen. This is going to help with your calorie burn, so that's a big deal. And also, exercising, especially with weights, will help you maintain the muscle mass that you have. And in some cases, you'll actually gain some muscle mass, so that's always good. So the big three is, number one, the calorie deficit. Number two, eating clean, whole foods. Number three, weight training and exercise. I'll bump that all together to make it easy. Of course, you want to get some cardio in, so you can burn extra calories. But again, weight training, I would put way up there above cardio if you have to choose between one or the other. So by this being Weight Loss Wednesday, what I have here, I found a couple videos just to look at, and we're going to look at these videos, and then we're going to talk about each one after it's over. This first one is Andrew Huberman. He's one of the guys I watch. I really like Andrew. Some of the things he says is really kooky. Some of the things are really on point. Obviously, he's a lot smaller than I am, so he's really in the trenches with a lot of this, with a lot of scientists and so on and so forth when it comes to being healthy in general, So in this example, he's obviously telling us how to lose fat fast. Let me know if you can hear this or not, and I'll be starting the video right now.
Can you not eat until 2 p.m.? I was like, yeah, I'm not hungry in the morning. I'm like, great, drink coffee, drink water, and in the morning get up and just get on, either run or get on some exercise bike and just pedal like someone's chasing you with a syringe full of poison. And so there's a pretty straightforward formula where when you've been asleep all night, your fuel reserves, like you've got fuel in your fat, you guys don't have any of that, but you got fuel in your fat, you've got fuel in your muscles that can be burned, and you got fuel in your liver. It's called glycogen. And when you wake up early, all of that is as low as it's going to be because you haven't been eating anything.
Gotcha.
And so if you exercise then, your body starts dropping into your body fat stores quicker. Can you?
Yeah. What he's basically talking about, he's a big proponent of intermittent fasting. So he really likes the intermittent fasting thing, and it's good. It's good in some cases. Especially if you lack time and so on and so forth. Maybe you might want to try out the intermittent fasting, and it's good. I have nothing good or bad to say about it. It works, as long as you make sure you're getting your macronutrients right. You're getting in the protein, you're getting in the carbohydrates that you need to repair repair those micro tears in your muscles that you get with your training, and of course you're getting good rest because it would be really hard for you to recover if you're not getting good rest and you're doing intermittent fasting, but he's a He's a big person when it comes to intermittent fasting, and he has this really crazy morning routine that a lot of people have been trying out, and I suggest you guys go take a look at it. So it's Andrew Huberman. I obviously am not qualified to disagree with anything he says, even if I do, but yeah, so I agree with most of what he says here, and I agree that getting up in the morning and doing the cardio is a good idea to help boost your metabolism. Yeah, do you want to do super hard, crazy cardio, like somebody with a syringe is behind you trying to kill you? I wouldn't go that far, but I think a good solid 20-30 minutes of zone 2 cardio would give you great benefit by doing that, instead of getting up and riding for the hills like you're a crazy person. So let's head on to the next video.
I'm going to show you guys how simple it is to lose a kilo of body fat per week. So in order to lose a kilo of body fat
a kilo is 2.2 pounds.
Per week, you need to be in a calorie deficit of 7,700 calories. It's a 1,100 calorie deficit per day, which means that all of these Oreos that you're eating per week have to go. Now, if we're being real, a kilo of body fat per week is kind of an unrealistic goal for most.
It's kind of an unrealistic goal for a lot of people, but it all depends on how big you are in the beginning. For me, it's not. 2 pounds a week for somebody my size is actually pretty good. You can actually lose good weight that way, being my size, because I have the extra fat stores that are being used for fuel. Hey Gene, what's going on, man? Glad you showed up. Yeah, we're it's what is it, fat weight loss Wednesdays or whatever I named it. I forgot what I named it already, but that's what we're talking about today. So we're just going through a couple videos and discussing what we hear from these other influencers or whatever, and some of them influencers. And the last one we just watched, Andrew Huberman. I don't know if you heard of him, but he's really big into the science of wellness, I would say. So that's what we'll call him, a wellness specialist. But yeah, so this guy right here is getting into how to lose a kilo of body fat per week, and which is 2.2 pounds. So 2 pounds. In most cases, we aim for 2 pounds a week. It's hard, but it can be done.
Most, unless you're a super fatty, then you're cool. A realistic expectation of fat loss per week would be around about half a kilo a week, which is a pound per week. In order to lose half a kilo, you need to be in a 3,850 calorie deficit for the week, which is 550 calories per day. Much more realistic. That means you've only got to lose 50% of your Oreos. So these can stay in your diet. Problem is, you guys love your Oreos. I love Oreos. So good. I'm gonna.
Funny guy. Stay away from the Oreos. Wait. Let me look at the camera. Stay away from the Oreos. Don't eat the Oreos. Tater, you can have Oreos. You're probably the only one watching these things that can have Oreos. You can have Oreos. Everybody else, stay away from Oreos. I am staying away from the Oreos because that is my kryptonite. So I will not be eating Oreos. So yeah, what this video is pretty good, and what he says makes a lot of sense, except for the Oreos. Just stay away from them. Stay away from the Oreos. You don't want them. So let's move on to the next video.
Here are 3 extremely effective tips to burn more fat while sleeping. First, you want to optimize your thyroid function, mostly by making sure that you're getting enough iodine, zinc, selenium, and vitamin D. Make sure you're having iodized salt for iodine, oysters for zinc, seafood for selenium, and sunlight exposure or a supplement for vitamin D. Optimizing your thyroid function can increase your metabolism by up to 1,000 calories a day. Second tip is to build more muscle. Not only does muscle mass require a lot of calories to maintain even while you sleep, but it also increases insulin sensitivity and depletes glycogen stores, which will help recycle carbohydrates rather than storing them as fat. And the third thing is to eat more protein, at least 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight. This is because protein has a high thermic effect. This means that the amount of energy it takes for your body to digest, process, and store protein is much higher when compared to other nutrients. Some studies estimate that between 15 to 30% of the calories taken in from protein are used right back up during the digestion process. Here are three.
Right. This guy is right on. Everything he said is the absolute truth. A lot of people don't take into effect the thermic effect of food, so what he's saying is for example, if you eat 100 calories worth of chicken breast, right, that's pretty much pure protein. You eat 100 calories of chicken breast, 20 to 30% of that is going to be used up as fuel to fuel the digestion of that protein, right? So, of course, you'll get all the benefits of eating the protein. It'll be broken down into amino acids. Those amino acids will be shuttled into your into your muscle, into your systems, then used to rebuild the muscles that you tear down during your workout, right? But it takes 30 calories to burn 100 calories worth of clean protein. So, you get what I'm saying? So it's pretty simple, so obviously, if you're a thinking person, you want to make sure that you keep your protein intake high, and when you are taking in your carbohydrates, make sure you're taking in cruciferous carbs, things like broccoli, cauliflower, all your green stuff. You want to take all that stuff in, and you want to eat all that stuff when you're on a diet, and you'll have a better chance of burning more calories, so that's always good. So I just picked 3 videos to look at tonight, and just talk about. But yeah, so I mean, fat loss is not rocket science. It's not rocket science at all. It's calories in, calories out. There's no magic formula to it, unless you have some severe metabolic issues, you will not have a problem losing body fat, right? You won't have a problem losing body fat at all, so, but if you are one of those who does have metabolic issues, maybe you will have issues losing body fat. Now, take me for example, there's a huge possibility that my body may be, it's definitely producing more estrogen from some of the testosterone my body produces, because I'm overweight. As I lose weight, your hormonal systems will level out. My hormonal systems will level out, and me having more testosterone will mean that I'll be able to put on more muscle, and as I put on more muscle, my basal metabolic rate will go up, and I would burn more calories throughout the day. So that happens. So there are metabolic issues at play generally, but if any normal person or anybody that say has maybe you have 70 pounds to lose, 9 times out of 10, unless you were just really terrible at your food consumption, you probably won't have a huge metabolic hit. So you just adding the calorie deficit of 500 calories per day, getting 10,000 to 15,000 steps in per day, and getting 3 weight training sessions in per week will be more than enough for you to literally transform your body, and in 6 months, and if you adhere to that regimen, in 6 months, boom, you'll be surprised at how you look. It's really simple, especially if you keep your foods clean. I'm not saying don't cheat ever. Have your meal every couple of weeks. Have something you enjoy eating. You don't have to torture yourself. The next 12 weeks for me is going to be balls to the wall crazy. I will be torturing myself, but I'm doing it for the sake of the channel. I'm doing it for the sake of the people who are watching that want to make a huge fitness transformation and they feel that it's not possible. So you're going to see me make a change. You're going to see me make a change from this up here, that's 365 pounds or whatever I am Saturday morning, and my deal is to lose another 100 pounds from there. So it's going to be day one all over again for me. Day one of losing 100 pounds, getting in damn near bodybuilding stage. I'll be honest. Now that I think about it, I'll be honest, getting in that kind of shape right now in my mind, it terrifies me, because I don't know if I'll have the loose skin. Luckily, I don't have the huge gut, but there are parts of my body that I'm very, very, very concerned with, having loose skin and so on and so forth. I don't know how I'm going to be able to deal with that if it does happen. And I know a lot of people have body image issues, when they're fat, I know I do. But especially coming from where I came from, of being in shape all the time, being the big guy, being the one people came to for advice, even though I still am the person people come to for advice. But it's scary. It's scary, So, and I think a lot of the reasons why I put it off is because I was afraid of what was at the end of the tunnel. If I'm being 100% real with you guys, if I'm being 100% real, I would honestly say that I'm afraid of what I'm going to look like when I get to the end. Am I going to have all that loose skin? Am I going to have stretch marks? And these are all the things that I've always talked my clients through, especially the ones who are like super morbidly obese, and women in general. Women in general always have a fear about they know how they want to look, but then if they're at a certain body weight right now, and it's up there. They're always afraid of loose skin and so on and so forth because they want to wear the little dresses. They want to wear the tank tops, They want to wear the short shorts and all, and be comfortable and wear a bikini. And nobody wants all that skin hanging out, So I can understand that. But now I'm at a point where I understand it even more because it is quite possible that, I'll have loose skin, but I got to put that out of my mind, and I got to realize that the number one reason I'm doing this is to be healthy. The number two reason is pure vanity. The number two reason is vanity. The number one reason is I want to be healthy. I want to be here for my wife. I want to be here for my family. I want to be here for my friends. I want to be here for all of my new friends that I'm getting here on this channel. Thank you guys again. I want to be here for you guys. I want to be an example, so I can push the loose skin away, but believe me, it is a 100% real fear. I mean, it's a terrifying thing, and I've literally laid in bed thinking about it, so it's going to be a big deal. But anyway, I just want to say thank you guys. We are like really kind of growing a bit, this channel. We're really kind of growing a bit. And let's see if I can find something for you guys. Okay. So the other day I said we had 33 subscribers. We are now at 41 subscribers. Yay. Yay, 41 subscribers. Big deal. We're at 6,400 plus views for the channel. And we now have 48.8 watch hours. You know, so people are starting to come to the channel, you know. So if you guys are watching the other videos in your spare time, believe me, I am so grateful. I appreciate it. You know, the channel's growing and it's keeping me motivated and it's keeping me going, you know, and I just want to thank you guys again, like I always do. So that being said, we're coming to the end of this one. I had to kind of cobble this one together because today was a pretty long day at work and I got in kind of late and I didn't want to come on late, you know. So and we had a little technical difficulties. So what I'm going to do for myself right now to help my mental fortitude is I am going to get off of this live stream and I'm going to fix whatever went wrong last night, between last night and now, so that tomorrow's live stream is a lot better. And I'll check back in with you guys then, and we'll take back off with another day in the transformation. So with that being said, thank you for being here. If you're new and you're just showing up, please like and subscribe, share it with a friend, get them all over here to Grow Healthy, Get Fit. And remember, today is another opportunity for you to be great. Do not waste it. All right, guys. See you guys tomorrow.